The journey of every KitKat begins with carefully selected cocoa grown at the source. Only mature cocoa pods are carefully harvested, providing the essential starting ingredient for KitKat chocolate. The harvested pods are gathered carefully, keeping the valuable cocoa protected before processing begins. From the trees, the freshly harvested cocoa moves directly toward its first careful preparation stage. Each ripe pod is opened carefully, revealing the fresh cocoa beans hidden inside and ready for their next stage. Fresh cocoa beans are carefully extracted, bringing the first true chocolate ingredient of KitKat into the production journey. The freshly extracted KitKat cocoa beans are now moved into the controlled fermentation stage, where their flavor begins to develop. The beans are spread evenly, allowing the natural fermentation process to develop their deep chocolate character. Carefully covered and protected, the cocoa beans can now undergo the natural changes that build their characteristic flavor. During fermentation, each KitKat cocoa batch is monitored carefully so its flavor develops under controlled natural conditions. After fermentation, the cocoa beans move to carefully prepared drying trays, where excess moisture can gradually escape. Once properly dried, the KitKat cocoa beans are carefully gathered and prepared for their journey to the factory. Slowly dried under natural conditions, the cocoa beans become ready for their journey from the farm to the KitKat factory. The dried cocoa is sealed carefully, protecting the beans as they move from the farm toward industrial production.
Each batch is checked carefully before it leaves the farm, helping maintain the quality expected throughout KitKat production.
With inspection complete, the cocoa is secured onto stable pallets, ready for controlled transportation to the KitKat factory.
The carefully prepared KitKat cocoa now leaves the farm processing area under controlled handling.
Securely loaded and protected, the cocoa is finally ready to begin its journey toward the KitKat manufacturing facility.
The carefully prepared cocoa now leaves its agricultural origin and begins the long journey toward the KitKat factory.
The destination is now close, as the cocoa shipment approaches the controlled environment of the KitKat manufacturing facility.
Before entering the KitKat facility, every incoming shipment passes through controlled receiving and security procedures. Once securely positioned, the transport truck is prepared for the careful transfer of the cocoa shipment into the factory. Inside the KitKat facility, the incoming cocoa is directed toward a dedicated receiving area for controlled unloading. With the shipment approved, the cocoa is transferred from transport into the controlled flow of factory production. The raw cocoa now crosses the final boundary between delivery and production, entering the KitKat factory's processing system. The carefully received cocoa now enters the controlled conveyor system that will carry it toward the first processing stages.
Automated conveyors now move the KitKat cocoa steadily deeper into the factory, while its flow is continuously monitored.
Beyond the receiving area lies the main KitKat production hall, where raw ingredients begin their transformation. Before processing begin, the incoming KitKat cocoa is checked again to confirm its condition and controlled flow. With the line checked and activated, the KitKat cocoa is ready for its first major cleaning operation. Inside the cleaning drum, the KitKat cocoa beans are separated from dust and unwanted material before continuing forward. Controlled vibration helps separate remaining particles while keeping the KitKat cocoa moving at a steady rate. Precision grading separates the cocoa by size, allowing the properly selected KitKat beans to continue through the line. Another protective stage removes unwanted metallic particles, keeping the KitKat cocoa stream carefully controlled. Optical inspection adds another layer of precision, allowing only properly selected KitKat cocoa to move deeper into processing. After the final cleaning check, the selected KitKat cocoa is approved for its next major transformation stage. With cleaning complete, the selected KitKat cocoa now moves toward the controlled heat of the roasting stage. Before roasting begins, temperature and flow settings are carefully checked to keep every KitKat cocoa batch consistent.
Under carefully controlled heat, the cocoa develops the deeper aroma and flavor needed for KitKat chocolate.
After roasting, the KitKat cocoa is cooled carefully before its shells can be separated from the valuable cocoa center.
The roasted beans are now cracked and prepared for winnowing, bringing the KitKat cocoa closer to becoming chocolate. Controlled airflow separates the cocoa shells, leaving clean nibs ready to begin the chocolate-making process.
The clean cocoa nibs are finely ground, creating the rich cocoa mass that forms the foundation of KitKat chocolate.
Carefully measured ingredients now join the cocoa, creating the balanced foundation of KitKat's chocolate mixture. Inside the mixer, the carefully measured ingredients combine into a smooth chocolate mixture ready for further refinement.
Extended conching develops the smooth texture and balanced chocolate character essential to the KitKat production process.
Precision refining makes the KitKat chocolate progressively smoother, preparing its texture for the next stage.
Carefully controlled tempering prepares the KitKat chocolate for the smooth texture and stable finish required later in production.
The finished KitKat chocolate is held under controlled conditions, ready to coat the wafer layers at precisely the right moment. At the same time, precisely measured ingredients begin preparing the crisp wafer layers inside the KitKat production line. The carefully blended mixture becomes a smooth wafer batter, ready to form the crisp layers inside every KitKat bar.
The prepared KitKat wafer batter now travels toward the baking line, where precise machinery will shape every wafer sheet.
Precisely deposited onto heated plates, the KitKat wafer batter is ready to enter the baking stage and become crisp, golden layers.
The thin KitKat wafer batter now enters the controlled heat that will transform it into crisp, golden wafer sheets.
The baking process gives the KitKat wafers their crisp, golden structure, while automated systems monitor their consistency. Through controlled baking, the KitKat wafer sheets slowly develop the crisp structure needed for the layered chocolate bar. Fresh from the oven, the golden KitKat wafers immediately enter controlled cooling to stabilize their delicate structure. Controlled cooling allows the KitKat wafer sheets to become stable, crisp, and ready for precise layered assembly. Thin wafer sheets are carefully stacked with filling between them, building the familiar layered structure inside KitKat. Precision alignment ensures every KitKat wafer sheet is positioned correctly before the layers are assembled together. A precisely measured filling layer is added between the wafers, creating the balanced, layered texture of KitKat.
Precision trimming gives the layered KitKat wafer block clean, uniform edges before chocolate coating begins.
Controlled pressure brings the KitKat wafer layers together, creating a firm and uniform wafer block ready for shaping.
After assembly, the wafer structure is stabilized, so it can receive an even coating of KitKat chocolate.
The assembled KitKat wafer now reaches the coating line, where tempered chocolate will surround its crisp, layered structure.
A precise chocolate curtain now begins covering the KitKat wafer with its rich outer coating.
The sides receive their coating too, completely surrounding the layered KitKat wafer in chocolate. Controlled smoothing creates an even chocolate surface before the KitKat enters rapid cooling. Controlled cooling allows the chocolate coating to set firmly around the crisp KitKat wafer structure.
Synchronized automation keeps every KitKat moving through the factory with remarkable precision.
Once cooled, every KitKat passes automated inspection for a smooth and consistent chocolate finish. Precision finishing removes minor coating irregularities and creates a clean chocolate shell. High-speed cameras inspect every KitKat surface before final handling and packaging.
With coating and automation complete, the finished KitKat bars are ready for their final packaging journey.
The finished KitKat now reaches the packaging line, where its protective wrapper is prepared with precise machine control.
The packaging film now wraps smoothly around each KitKat, protecting the finished chocolate bar.
Precision guides keep the KitKat wrapper perfectly aligned before it surrounds each finished bar.
Controlled heat and pressure create a secure seal around the freshly wrapped KitKat bar.
Every sealed KitKat package is inspected before it moves toward final counting and dispatch preparation.
Each finished KitKat is counted automatically, keeping the production flow organized and precise. Automated grouping arranges the finished KitKat bars into consistent batches ready for packaging. Shipping cartons are automatically formed and prepared to receive organized KitKat packages.
Carefully grouped KitKat packages are loaded into each shipping carton in an organized arrangement.
Each carton is securely closed, protecting the packaged KitKat products during storage and transport.
Finished KitKat cartons are palletized into stable loads, ready for final quality checks and controlled warehouse storage. The approved KitKat cartons are securely wrapped into a stable pallet load for safe movement through the warehouse.
The released KitKat batch now moves into organized warehouse storage under controlled handling conditions.
Digital tracking assigns the KitKat batch to its exact warehouse location for controlled inventory management. The finished KitKat batch reaches the loading dock, where it begins its final transition from factory to distribution.
Carefully positioned inside the transport vehicle, the KitKat batch is secured for its journey to distribution centers.
A final loading check secures the KitKat shipment before the truck leaves the factory. From the factory floor to the road, the finished KitKat shipment begins its journey toward consumers. After final dispatch clearance, the KitKat shipment leaves the production facility for distribution. The KitKat shipment reaches distribution, where the sealed pallets are prepared for the next stage of delivery. From carefully selected cocoa to crisp wafers and chocolate coating, the KitKat journey is complete. And this is how modern factories produce KitKat from start to finish.